Okay, so what I'm going to do is just a generalized demo video of the content wizard for health and wellness categories. Now we have categories from acid reflux all the way down to yeast infection. So quite a few different categories that you can go with. Now it will grab articles based upon this information. These articles are tip-based articles, and they are unique and chunked up. So the whole article is definitely not going to flag any type of plagiarism. Small little chunks might show up as being on other websites. When I mean small chunks, maybe a sentence, maybe two. So that's what I was talking about there. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to choose something that probably affects me, sleep apnea. So I'm going to go ahead and choose next. And now I can go along with a keyword that goes along with this, or you can leave it blank. Totally up to you, but this has to be something that has to do with sleep apnea, and I'm going to put CPAP because that's an actual machine to help you alleviate some of the symptoms of sleep apnea. So now, once you see the article here, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab that title, but you can see where it has unique information about CPAP as well. These articles here are about 300 words in length, so I'm going to go ahead and choose next. And then now we could put in the title that we just have there, and I'm going to choose next. And now what it's going to do is it's going to scrape information from a search engine for the top 10 pretty recent web entries. So the search engine results for sleep apnea. So I'm going to go ahead and choose next. And now, of course, it's pulled up all of the information, or the 10 URLs. You could put in your own URLs here if you so do choose. They are to be separated with a comma. And choose next. And now what it's going to start doing is it's going to start scraping each of those individual websites with the metadata, an image, the title, and description. So of course, if the site doesn't have a good description, or if it doesn't have title tags or image tags, we're not going to have those, but I'm going to show you some ways around that. I'm going to go choose next. Now remember, there was 10 of them on this, so this one doesn't show an image. So what we could do is click on that, and what we're just going to do is grab that URL, paste it in a browser. We're going to come to this website and see if there's any images that we like. And honestly, I don't see a single image that I like. Nothing. So what we're going to do is close out, and on this particular one, just get rid of it. Done. You don't have to have 10 on every section. The beautiful part is you put 10 in there, but 8 or 9 look good. Great, then that's what you use. That one looks good. Now you could change up the title information or the text information. Now this one doesn't show much of anything, so what I'm going to do is just grab this, paste in the URL here, and I don't see anything, but I do see some good images and all that. So what I'm going to do is grab that title, and I'm going to put it right here where it should be. Now I'm going to grab an image, and I like his image. Where it says image, src equals, boom. And now I'm going to grab a little bit of text. And it's pretty much this simple. Now there is another way that we can do this, and I'm going to show you this on another one here in just a moment, where we'll actually do a pop-up window. So now if I click OK, now we have that, we have the description, the title. Let me come back here to where the title is. Right here. There we go. So we have the title, we have the description, we have the image, we have everything that we need in the format that we want it. Now, what we can also do is where it says click here to create an entry manually. And then it's going to ask us to put in the website address. So I'm just going to grab that same URL, paste it in. And now it's going to ask me for the image URL. Come back to the website, right click, copy the image address, paste that in, enter in the page title. So I'm going to scroll back up and I'm going to grab this title that we have here, paste that in, and then in description, I'm just going to grab that exact same first sentence that we did before, paste that in, click next, and then it gives me the output. So I'm just going to copy everything, close that out, come back over here to source, paste it in, and then click OK. And it's the exact same format. That's how you would do that. So I'm going to click next. This one, we notice that we have the image and we have a title, but we don't have any description information. So what I'm going to do is just going to grab this. Now remember, this isn't because the software is not working correctly. It's because a lot of these websites do not know how to use title tags properly. So now that we have that, paste this in, click OK, click next. Just that simple. This one I don't see a lot of other information. Grab that URL. It's nice to know a lot of sites do not know how to do proper SEO information or the meta tag information. So I'm going to grab this. What we're going to do is we're going to do the exact same thing. Click here to create a manual entry. So I'm just going to click finish and it's going to restart. So let me grab this URL, paste that in. Because I do like this website, I like a lot of the information, so I'm going to copy the image link as, copy image address, paste that in, title of the page, copy that, it's a big title, and then description. That's it. Paste that in, click next. Click finish. I forgot to copy the information. Let me grab the URL again. That happens sometimes. Image URL. Page title. And first sentence here. Copy all that. Click on the source. Paste that in, click OK. There we go. So now we have the image, the title, description. We're ready to rock. Click on next. Now you're not going to have to do this for every single one of them because you're going to notice a lot of them have the images, the titles, and description tags. A lot of the web designers these days know how important that information is. There are a few that do not know that, and once again, that may be an opportunity for you to step in and say, hey, we need to take a look at that for you. Now this one says 403 forbidden. That usually means that it will not allow us to scrape the information. But once again, does not stop us from doing this type of manual entry the exact same way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the enter here manually, put in the URL, grab the image address, title, and then description. Copy all the information, paste it in, click OK, and we're good to go. Click next. It's that quick, it's that simple. So this one's missing the image. This one's probably going to be pretty easy to do, as long as they have an image. Looky there, not a single, they do have that, but that's not really an image. Not a single image. Okay, so what we can do is either A, clear it all out, click OK, and then next. Now this one's going to do sleep apnea in the news. So what this is going to do is this is going to search a news aggregate for sleep apnea as well as CPAP in order to make your articles and everything else unique. So I'm going to choose next. Now it's also going to try to find the most recent ones as well. So you're going to notice that there are some extremely, today's date is the 11th. So we're trying to get the most updated information that we can. So there's the title, an image, but no description. So what I'm going to do is this, I'm just going to come right on over here real quick, paste this in, grab a chunk of text, and then paste it in. Right here. Click OK, next, done. This one, we can clear out this information there. Sometimes it may be anything from like a emoji that someone may put in there thinking that's a smart thing to do, or some specialized character, anything like that. So this one's has image and title but no text. What we're going to do is just grab the first sentence. That simple. Come back over here. This last paragraph, that's where we paste it in. That's it. That one looks good. This one looks good. Now, if you wanted to, if you don't want to have the Washington Post on this link, you can clear out that particular information there. It's totally up to you. You can change the text, you can add to it. It is up to you. If you want this URL to go to a different URL, simple to do. Click on it, click on the edit link, change the URL that you want it to go to. That simple. And click next. This one looks good. Clear out the Washington Post on that one too if we wanted to. Now this one doesn't have an image or description, so let's take a look at it real quick. Now, like I said, it doesn't take a lot of time. When it's usually 2 items that we can't find, what I'll end up doing is it's quicker for me just to create the entry manually. Paste in the URL, grab an image. Not much images besides figureheads. So let me take a look here. Let me grab his image. Page title. And then a little bit of description. Paste that in. Copy the output. Click on View Source, paste it in, click OK, we're good to go. Next. This one's good to go. Now, of course, some results may be in a different language because of the search engines returning those results. Let me take a look here. So this is the image that it's showing here. And let me go look at that website. We may be able to find a little bit better image. Yeah, it's not finding anything on that image or on that page. So let me do this. So I can copy the image address here and replace this image address like that. Make sure it goes. Boom, it does. Click OK. We see it here. We're good to go. Click next. That looks good. Click next. Now remember, there's 10 per section. So we should be finishing up this one here in just a moment. There we go. So now this is section 3. and this one has to do with video. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to search through the search engines, and what I'm looking for is anything relative pretty recent, as well as it has to be mid-length type videos, at least 3 to 20 minutes, somewhere in between there. Those are the videos that I'm looking for, because all these videos play in page. So I'm going to click next, and what it's going to do is it's going to search for those types of videos. And once it has it, we can see the complete list here. Now, normally you're going to see YouTube, but it could also be Vimeo. So I'm going to click next. And then there's the image, title, and description. Next. If you wanted to remove YouTube out of there, you could. Totally up to you. Like I said, you could change the title, the text, you could change the images, anything or any way that you desire. Choose next. And here's the image. This guy's pretty good. I like this. He's doing a vlog. We'll leave that in there. So once again, we have CPAP. Looks nice. Next. And this guy and his CPAP machine and his story. Next. These all look good. Okay, and next. And next. I'm going to come back to this one and clear it out because it's clearly not in English. I just noticed that. So this one I'm just going to delete everything. And you can verify. Once you just do Control A and clear it out, it's gone. So next. Nice. Next. Not bad. Next. Once again, you see this little hieroglyphic there, but clear that out. Next. Now, this is section 4. If you had more links that you wanted to include into this, you can, but if you leave the title blank, it's going to skip to the next article. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. And I'm going to click next, and it's going to skip over to the next article area to where it has a title and full information. It's tips based again, and you can read it. You shouldn't put off dealing with the situation of sleep apnea interferes with your nightly sleep cycle. It is not healthy to attempt getting day by day after day when you are not getting quality rest. Please use the following advice to improve your sleep in spite of having all the symptoms of sleep apnea. Excuse me. And then, of course, you can go through these and click on next. Now, here's the actual output. So what we're going to do is we're just going to do we're just going to click in here, do a Control A, Control C, and then I'm going to come on over to my Facebook page. I mean my WordPress page, so give me just a moment. So I'm going to click on Login, and I'm just going to click on Pages. Now this works on Pages or Posts, does not matter, and it does not matter if you have the new text editor or the older text editor. Totally up to you. So I'm going to paste in the code just as is. You're going to see gaps. That is perfectly okay, because the way HTML works, it could care less about gaps. So I'm just going to put in this title here, right up here. And then what you can do is you can click on Visual, and it's going to give you a visual look at it, the way it looks. Now, of course, all formatting, everything else is handled by your template. So this is the way it's going to look here. Your template handles how images and links and text are going to look. That's how it's going to be handled. So that is it. So what I normally do, and this is just for me, this is totally something that you can get into if you wanted to, but normally what I do is I start bulleting these because these are tips based. So once you do that, that gives you a good idea of how to also make it look a little bit better. It formats it, cleans it up a little bit. But once again, this is my preference. It may not be your preference. Just something I do. So once I do that and I click on publish, and then I can actually take a look at it. View the page. And then this is what it looks like. So this is the output here. I'm going to scroll down to the videos because I wanted to show you something here real quick. So once you click on the video, you're going to notice that it plays in page. It creates an actual light box for it to actually play on your page so no one goes away. Now this one's almost 10 minutes. Now this is going to help promote time on page, and that's the whole idea here. So I appreciate your guys' time. Thanks.